Nikhil is already munching on stuff. I don't know. This is a very weird start. But then we have always had some really strange starts. Nikhil, what were you eating, man? Tell us also. Was it like high protein chakna? High protein chakna?
I was eating sukha pudi.
That's healthy, bro. That's healthy.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Desi Bowlers podcast. With me is Gopal. What's up, Gopal?
I am worried for the Lakers, bro. That's what's up.
So we have an exciting show for you today. I am so happy today because my Warriors won. So that's why, I don't think you've ever seen me start a show so happy. So thank you. So thank you so much, Warriors, for giving me a good day. So, Gopal, let me first summarize the game which we had today. Now, obviously, this was a must-win game for the Warriors. They couldn't go, 2-zip against this Laker team at home, and they came out wanting to play. The first half, Gopal, I was legit worried. I was scared because LeBron James had it going from the three, from his jumpers. He was killing it. By the end of the first half, it was actually the Lakers leading the Warriors by a single possession. And I was legit worried because LeBron James with his jumper going is one of the scariest sight out there. It's like they say, right? If Giannis figures out how to hit a jumper, well, that's LeBron. He is a scary sight. And when he had it going, oh my God, I was so scared. Not just LeBron. You had Rui Hachimura hitting three after three after three. And I was like, who the hell? Why the hell is this guy hitting so many shots? So the first half, I was legit scared. And then the second half rolled around. The third quarter, within the first 3 minutes, I was all calm again. And I was happy. So let's talk about that, Gopal. And then after that, Warriors just cruised to the victory. But Gopal, this is the story of the game, in my opinion. First half scare and second half cruise.
Okay, so I get it. Like from obviously you have picked the Warriors, right? Warriors are your team. So from that perspective of you being a Warriors guy, I get your fear. So my fear was the exact opposite. Okay. I'm like, if this is because we know the Lakers can't consistently score from the outside, right? So I was like, भाई ये नहीं होने वाला. Second half में बम्बू लगेगा उनको, right? Because this is not at all sustainable. Like they did not get to the free throw line at all in the entire first half, if I remember correctly, right? So in fact, I was scared for the Lakers, right? And this is like I thought they were. Obviously, I mean, credit to the Golden State Warriors, right? I think they guarded the paint and they were not happy, but they're okay with giving that up, right? I think LeBron being a jump shooter is a much better option for the opponent team than LeBron being a driver or in transition, right? So my fear was exactly like the opposite, that how are Lakers going to, like, they had no free throws, they were not getting points in the paint, right? And these are the things that are the staple for this Lakers team, right? So yeah, that was sort of the thing. And also Steph Curry, man, like, see, this is what makes, I think, the difference between an all-star and a GOAT candidate. Okay. So specifically I'm comparing AD and Steph. Okay, AD is an all-star, right? And a Hall of Famer, right? But he's never going to be, or at least as of now.
One sec. Sorry to stop you. When LeBron hit this shot,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is not sustainable, dude.
Oh my God, game over if he's hitting shots like this.
Yeah,
I was so scared. But yeah, go ahead, Gopal. Sorry.
No. So you saw like the adjustment, right? And this is something we saw late in that first game, where Steph Curry started using those pick and rolls, right? Rather than him coming off the ball, he was using the pick and rolls, and he had 12 assists, which I think is a high for him in the last, I don't know how many months or so. Okay, so this is the difference between, obviously in your conversation, I mean, in your introduction, you conspicuous by your lack of mentioning is Anthony Davis, right? That itself tells a story on its own, right? Like Steph Curry found a way to be effective. He made those adjustments. He became a facilitator, and then towards the end, when he had those open looks, he made it, right? So for me, uh, it was exactly like, I think the Warriors countered. And my question to you, and this is what we were speaking about even before this live started, is can the Lakers counter back? Now that for me is a big worry, because in game 1 we saw that Warriors had figured it out, right? They went on that late run of 14-0 run.
Right.
Okay, so they had figured it out.
Right.
In this game, I don't think the Lakers had figured it out, right? They threw in the towel and they left this game with a question mark.
Correct.
And I think that for me is a worrying sign. Like, I was literally breaking my head over what adjustments should the Lakers make to counter punch, and it was getting wilder and wilder, my theories. Okay, at one point I had Hachimura playing in the high post. Okay, that's which I don't.
Warriors will be so happy if that happens.
But yeah, so that's my concern. I think the Warriors take it in 5 or 6.
Are you not overreacting to this? I mean, they just won their home game and they split the series.
But what is the counter, right? What do the Lakers do? Like, okay, fine. So I made this like, okay, Lakers go back home. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so home crowd, fine. That's a +10 on your side.
Right.
AD is going to knock down those jumpers that he missed today.
Right.
That's a +10.
Right.
But then we still have the Warriors winning by 15.
so, so let's so let's talk a little bit more about that. So I actually have some points, some specific points I want to get to. Okay. So my first point I want to get to is this man right here. Okay. So let me share my screen. Sorry, I stopped sharing it. Uh, this man right here, if he is even 50% of the level he just showed us in this game today, your Klay Thompson, this series is going to be a quick series. Because for all the size of the Lakers, for all their toughness, for all their defense in the paint, a blazing hot Klay Thompson cannot be stopped. I take blazing hot Klay Thompson over anyone else in NBA history. And when I say blazing hot, when he just goes unconscious, like he did today, which is he does not care about time, space, score, clock, defender. He will just start knocking shots down. I mean, look at these shots. He's just pulling up on AD, their best defender. Nothing but net.
And these are tough shots, man, fading away to the left.
Yeah,
Like,
these are tough shots. This is not something which. And a blazing hot Klay Thompson is a difficult beast to stop. If anyone has doubts, ask the OKC Thunder of 2016. The sole reason why Warriors came back 3-1 down and won that series is because of this blazing hot Klay Thompson. In game 6, game 7, he just killed them. And that's the thing. Once he starts feeling the rhythm. One more thing which I saw today was I think he smelled a big mismatch, which is Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is a superb player, great hustle, amazing, scorer, can initiate a lot of contact, but he just does not have sufficient athleticism, know-how, talent to keep up with a blazing hot Klay Thompson. And my biggest issue is there is no one else the Lakers can put on Klay Thompson. This is gonna, if this happens, right? You have LeBron James, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis in this series. And if Klay Thompson keeps up this pace or even close to this pace, he comes away as the best player of the series because of a big mismatch which he has. What do you think, Gopal? This is my first.
yeah. This is, it's extreme. That's what I'm saying. It's Warriors in 5. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because see, man, like Steph Curry is like the chabi, okay, which unlocks. He like that unlocks the entire offense.
Right.
Okay, and in game 1, they were like I said, they had that first mover advantage, as they call it in business and everywhere, like
Right.
overused term,
Right.
right? Which they lost towards the start of the fourth quarter, right? Steph Curry figured it out,
Right.
right? And now he's able to impact the game through his. So he either scores and he attracts the defense, and then he frees up his teammates,
Right.
including Clay, or in this game we saw him as the assist guy,
Right.
okay, like breaking the double teams.
Right.
Warriors have too many offensive weapons,
Right.
okay, and the Lakers don't have enough defensive stoppers,
Right.
okay, and this is precisely the problem. Like what do the Lakers do now?
Right.
Like, okay, Vanderbilt goes on plays guards Clay, okay. I actually think that may work, because if Clay is going to, sorry, if
Who's going to be on Steph?
uh who's that Schroeder, Dennis Schroeder has to, you can't you can't play uh you can't play Reeves and D'Angelo Russell together. I think that is one adjustment they have to make. I think both of them together are just
Are a
too
big,
weak. Yeah,
yeah. Defensively, they can.
they can't. They have to one at a time. Okay,
Right.
and you so that's the best that you can do,
Okay.
right? And anyway, if Steph is going to use the pick and roll, if he's going to bring the ball up, I think you have Dennis Schroeder. This is where my crazy theories come in, okay, because I was really breaking my head about this. Like, the Lakers have to literally guard Steph 94 feet, okay.
Yeah. So they did that this game, right? So one of the key things which you saw happen is there were 3 or 4 times when Lakers are in a set defense. Okay.
Hmm.
Now let's break this down. What did I tell was one of the main, I mean, there's different factors, but one of the main factors why Warriors had such a superb run in game one, 14-0 run in game one, was they started pushing the ball in transition. And Lakers are one of the worst defensive teams in transition. We all know that. That's a fact. And they're a big, slow team, honestly. So in this game, when Lakers were in a set defense, Steph is bringing up the ball. Okay, Lakers started doubling him at half court.
I'm saying full court. That's a difference. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I know, but let me tell you, right? They doubled him in half court. What did he do? He dropped off the ball to Draymond Green. And Draymond Green is from half court sprinting to the basket 4-on-3. A set defensive play became a transition play, which Lakers have no idea how to defend.
Okay, and about that, obviously, I mean, just to quickly add to this, there are contributing factors here,
Mhm.
right? Because also on the offensive end, the Lakers were not able to get to the free throw line. They had no chance for the defense to set, right?
Right.
So it's, anyway. Go ahead. I just quickly wanted to just add that perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So, but even when their defense was set, because they were doubling Steph so far away from the court, from the rim, like near the half court, Warriors are in a semi-transition, and a Warriors team in transition is lethal. They either get a layup or they get a three. And more often than not, they get a damn three.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So
So,
I think Schroeder on Steph,
uh-huh,
Vanderbilt on Clay.
okay,
Okay, and they have to find, and then obviously I think they can switch between them, right? I think if Vanderbilt stops Clay in the first half, then he can sort of go back to Steph, right? Because I think, like you said, Clay is a very rhythm guy, okay, and you would rather sort of risk Clay for one quarter in the third, then have him go off in the first half, because then he's a constant threat throughout, right? I think that is one thing, one adjustment that the Lakers have to make. The other thing also, regarding AD, okay, like, how can a guy like him just disappear?
so
Okay,
I'll tell you why. So this
huh.
comes to my second main factor. Okay, many people are not going to talk about him, but it's Draymond Green. Now, last in the last episode, I told you all that Draymond Green needs to have a defensive masterclass. Although these highlights are just showing his offense, when I say a defensive masterclass, what do I mean? Play. So one of the adjustments which Steve Kerr made is he put, instead of Kevon Looney and Jermichael Green on Anthony Davis, they put Draymond Green on Anthony Davis. Now the thing with Draymond Green is He is one of the most physical defenders, but he's also one of the smartest defenders out there. So he does not allow Anthony Davis to get to his spots. Very smartly bumps him away. You don't go, you're not going to see this on the box score. First, second, he contests shots. But third, when Anthony Davis is making the pass, not going for the shot, he's very smart to sag away, help, provide help, defense, etc. And then fourth, of course, is somehow keep LeBron away from the paint. So all of these responsibilities on the defensive side and communicate and make sure the defense is going. So all of these 4, 5, 6 different factors. Did you see this play? Sorry.
You'll have to go back.
So
Okay.
just see this. Like he's not letting Anthony Davis get comfortable even for a second. Look at this. Like he just took the ball away. Like who the hell is Anthony Davis? Like, so why am I telling you this, right? So how does Anthony Davis get comfortable when he starts getting to his spots on the mid range and starts hitting shots, and he's allowed room to dribble, etc., etc. It's very subtle things. Sometimes you come away with a steal, but even those small things, and then making all the right calls on the defensive end. This is what gets. And the most important factor, which I completely forgot to mention, is not foul.
Hmm.
Right? So a
Hmm.
combination of these things Draymond has to be able to do alone. Okay? Because he is the defensive engine. Like how Steph Curry is their offensive engine, Draymond is the defensive engine. And if he is able to maintain this level of play, Anthony Davis, people say he has alternating good games. I do not think Anthony Davis has another good game throughout the series. When I say that, I don't mean he'll not score 25, 30. I'm saying that he'll get that 25, 30 in serious amount of difficulty without going to the line much.
Okay. So yeah, so I get your point. I agree with you. So here's my counter. Okay, not to you, but I'm saying what the Lakers do to counter this.
Right?
Okay, LeBron plays off the ball, which is what he did today also,
Right.
but he was on the perimeter throughout. Okay, so
Right.
I just think considering the difficulty that AD faced today, because of Draymond Green's defense and also AD being subpar and missing those shots that he made in the first game,
Right.
I would have Austin Reeves bring the ball up, like be your primary ball handler, because that we agree. Like Austin Reeves is a very good facilitator and he has size. If you look
Right.
at him as a point guard position, I
Right.
have LeBron playing the high post,
Right.
right? And he and Austin Reeves can obviously have that pick and roll game going, but basically we have LeBron right there at that free throw line.
Right.
Okay, as he's basically like a shorter Nikola Jokic. Okay, that's how I look at LeBron, because
Right.
LeBron is still going to create mismatches, right? Even if Wiggins guards him, for example, he has that strength and
Right.
that physicality, right? So that's a mismatch.
Right.
Okay, then we have LeBron create, right? LeBron being LeBron, right? He will cause enough damage if he has the ball at the free throw line. Okay, so if he takes that jump shot, I think it serves the Warriors. But I think he'll have enough space where he can get that initial one step, right? Either he can either go drive left, drive right. Okay, and he'll force that defense to either collapse on him, and then AD becomes your secondary scorer, right? If they sort of try to trap LeBron, then LeBron has the skill and ability to lob it to AD. We have seen that so many times. Or if he takes that shot, because now Draymond Green is helping on LeBron, then AD at least has the offensive glass freed up, right? So I think the Lakers have to find a way to crash the boards, okay, and force a more physical play, because that's the only way they're going to get to the free throw line, because they are not going to have those 23s, okay, which the Warriors will have aram say. So how do they compensate for that? They have to force the refs to make calls, force Draymond Green into awkward defensive positions where he has to make a play.
Right.
I think that is what the Lakers have to do on the offensive end. And defensively, like, yeah, we already spoke about that. Uh,
So let's wait. So let's come back to this. If I'm the Lakers, so one of the adjustment, what you said, I think that's the right adjustment. I was like, have LeBron play the Nikola Jokic role.
yes,
I think that's beautiful, especially against this team. It's quite small. He may end up having the same kind of impact which Nikola Jokic does.
exactly. Yeah.
However, I have one important thing to say about LeBron today's game. First half, I'm not joking, Gopal. I was scared like hell.
I don't know why you
But
were so scared. He
No,
can't
this
keep
was
it going for 4 quarters shooting from outside, man.
no. So when you say that, I start thinking of 2016 finals, and I'm like, bro, he kept it going for like 12 straight
But
quarters.
was it that was a like it was scoring on all three levels. It was not just the outside
Yeah,
shots.
I know. And dude, he had some running dunks in the first half. Okay. Like I was like, he is going off. He's shooting from three from mid range, hitting fadeaways, and he's dunking. It's over. If he plays like this, there's no way. But why do I bring this up? Is in the first half, while he was hitting these shots, all of them were well contested by Andrew Wiggins.
Hmm.
And where it becomes a problem is he's strong enough to bully Andrew Wiggins. However, he's not tall enough to, just outmuscle and get buckets on the post. Because Andrew Wiggins is longer than LeBron, and that's saying something. Like LeBron is a long dude, and this guy's longer. And the second part is normally LeBron, when he plays mid post, high post areas, he's matched up against big men,
Hmm.
which is he has a quickness advantage even at this age. But with Wiggins, he doesn't. So I wouldn't do that. You know what I would do? I would bring him back to the Cavs LeBron, which is be the point guard, then get the ball up the court. The reason is I want Wiggins away from the basket, and the reason for that is what Warriors did was they played really good D, but for defense and for discipline, they packed the paint.
Hmm.
So they had Draymond, Kevin Looney, and Wiggins always in the paint.
Hmm.
And these three are big guys. They are 6'8" plus, all three of them, and they're 7 footers. If one of them is away, so Jamichael Green, I mean, these three, three big men. So I call Wiggins big men only because of his athleticism and his size.
Hmm.
So when they pack the paint, and if LeBron is able to pull away one guy, I think that gets Anthony Davis going. So I want him. And what I would also do is I would spam, like the way Warriors spammed Draymond, Steph pick and rolls. I would spam LeBron AD pick and rolls, and then surround them with shooters. Because I know for a fact the Lakers are a bad shooting team, but when you keep getting open shots, people like Rui Hachimura, who are not known three pointers, go off.
Hmm.
So Rui Hachimura, Dennis Schroeder, and Austin Reeves. So that's it's a very simple move, but LeBron AD pick and roll spam the shit out of it because Warriors will have to commit 3 or 4 players just to that action. There's no way they are guarding it one on one. What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
No, so see, in a way, see again, this comes to the Warriors' defense and their discipline, right? I think the Warriors did well to not overreact after that first half. I think the Warriors are too smart to not understand that they need to stay in the paint. Okay, so they are not going to come out, bro. They'll be like, LeBron, you shoot. Because if it's a shootout, we know we have much better and shooters, right? They want this to be a shootout,
Right.
right? So I don't think that, I wish that happened, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the paint is going to be packed, but in a packed paint, you still have to find a way to just get brutally physical and force calls, right? So yeah, that is my only sort of point, that the Warriors are not going to fall for this. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't. Let's see. But I think they do that. Uh,
I do
no,
have one more thing that I was thinking about, right? So when I say LeBron in the high post, I also have him. Maybe I'm making him do too much. He's 38 years old. But anyway, but my point is, I don't know if it makes sense to have anyone have set pin down screens on AD and have him curl
you
curl
think
out.
LeBron is going to do that?
Someone has to do it, because my point is, in a straight one-on-one where Draymond Green is guarding AD, we have seen AD struggle, like the video you showed, right? So my point is, try to get AD, like give him a running start, or other wacky ideas. You could be, you have AD bring the ball up.
No, 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 no.
That's too extreme. No, that won't happen.
He'll get stripped near his own. He'll get stripped near his own basket. They'll do it two times. He'll get stripped, and then they'll stop doing it. Like
Huh.
now, many people will be like, "Okay, AD is gonna have a big game," and I'm sure he will. However, I don't. I, Now I want to talk about this. This, of course, you had told they have to do it, and of course they were going to do this, and they did it, which is have Steph bring up the ball and be a facilitator, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But I wanted to notice something in the second half when Warriors actually went on a run and took that 10-point lead. Steph was not on the court.
Hmm.
So why do I bring this up? What I saw happen was Warriors started running and gunning. More than Steph bringing up the ball, I think the run and gun by Warriors is what the Lakers' biggest problem is. Transition D. They don't have the personnel, they don't have the skill, they don't have the defensive coach which can stop transition buckets. Like I was shocked when they went on that run because Steph was not on the court. Because normally speaking, Warriors they become worse when Steph is not playing, but they became better because after Steph went out, I think I think Lakers also went for a smaller line for a large. I mean, for a different lineup with one of the bench centers. And then, dude, they started running, and continuously got bucket after bucket, bucket after bucket, bucket after bucket.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. Because I know that, okay, probably they'll have a counter to Steph bringing it up. But what's their counter to Warriors' transition offense?
That's what I was telling you, or whatever, is that it comes down to the Lakers' own offense, right? They need to be able to get to the free throw line because now the Warriors. That's what even Clay spoke about in the post match interview, right? That we decided we are going to run. Okay. So my point is like that's literally the only way the Lakers can stop them is get to the free throw line and you have all your defensive balance set, right? So if Lakers are unable to get to the free throw line, the series is done. Like really, man, I don't see it. Like in fact, yeah, honestly, I don't think the Lakers have enough in their arsenal to really worry uh, these Warriors.
Buzzsaw of Warriors.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Wow. That
I don't see. I tell you.
Welcome to the bandwagon.
Oh, by the way, but I still feel like the Nuggets, right? The Nuggets are still a different beast, man. I think the Nuggets have all the
so,
matchups and
so,
all
uh,
the answers. So let's
so you're giving up on Lakers so quickly, huh?
heart versus mind. I told you, right? And even the heart after a point when you're in your 30s, even the heart sort of subsides. I'm like, it's all dimag now. So
So this is something which I was discussing as well with with my brother, which is when the Lakers win, they'll win by a possession or two, but when the
exactly,
Warriors win, they'll blow them out.
exactly, exactly. That's a difference. That's
Yeah.
the difference, right? So, and the thing is, the
Oh,
Warriors can still win without Steph having a great game, right? They can still win.
right.
But if AD has a shit game, then
It's
this is
over.
a blowout, man. This is what we saw today, right? And my point is, you can't. And then of course, then you're relying on LeBron having a throwback game, like you said, Cleveland. Okay, but see that is still the X factor. If LeBron can
Yeah, yeah.
really
If
play out of
LeBron,
his skin
yeah,
and have one of his throwback games, my point is that is so he needs to do that once and then hope that AD finds his way back, right?
right.
But I still think you're betting on an
Inconsistent.
individual player rather than a system, right? And
Right.
that is a problem in a
And that's
series.
that's typically always the problem with a lot of teams facing the Warriors,
Yeah,
which is the system gets to you. It and this was very interesting fact which many people brought up is when teams have shot 15 more threes than their opponent for the last 59-60 games, it's
it
59-1,
wears you
59 and
down,
2.
bro. It wears you down.
So one of the, I think B-Ball Breakdown had a very nice analysis video, and he said that look, at this pace, Lakers are not going to win the series. They cannot let the Warriors shoot so often, but I don't see how they stop it.
Free throws, get to the free throw line. They why do what you want? Speak to the referees. speak
थोड़ा
to
माल मसाला दे दो.
speak to the referees. Okay.
Dude, and one thing I want to point out about the Warriors, which I think was also them sort of manipulating the referees, is all of them when they came out and when media reporters in out of the game one asked them that what about the free throw disparity, all of them explicitly said we have to be more disciplined. None of them blamed the referees. Did you notice that, Gopal?
I did, yeah. Steve Kerr also said this. So, but my point is, they meant it. They should have been more.
No, I mean,
This,
I'm sure they meant it, but I'm sure they also had a thinking, oh, referee ke, thoda get
yeah.
into a reverse psychology
No,
type
but
of.
if you look at this game, it's not like it's not that Lakers did not get calls. I mean, they didn't. There were no calls to get. What?
Yeah. Warriors were very disciplined. Dude, a disciplined Warriors team cannot be stopped.
Yeah, and they even had very few turnovers, right? So
Yeah, Steph Curry didn't have it. I think he had one turnover throughout the
so
game.
in that case, Warriors were unbeatable
Unstoppable.
today. They were unbeatable today.
No, so in general, if you have seen, like Warriors cannot be beat if they don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they cannot be beat. It does not matter with KD, without KD. If they don't turn the ball over, you cannot beat that offensive system. It gets you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the threes get deflating. And that's the worst part, right? Like when they're not making turnovers, they're getting open threes. I have one more very specific X factor which I'm looking at the next game. I thought Jordan Poole had started getting it going,
That's what without
but then
Jordan Poole is not even.
so I'll tell you, he started getting it going, but he started fouling like crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
so I think he's gonna, because he had a big first game, right? He's gonna come the next game in like revenge mode, because he's that kind of player, right? He's streaky, but then you saw it in the last playoffs when he knows it's his series. Like he can get 30 points in a hurry. Like he can get it in 8 minutes.
they have too many weapons. That's what I'm saying, dude. The Warriors have too many weapons, and let's also point out this is the like necessity is the mother of invention sort of situation, right? Like Kevon Looney is sick. The same thing happened in the previous series, right? When they go one big and four small, right?
Right,
The Warriors didn't have a choice,
right,
and it helped them, right? Because now you had Jermichael Green also, and this also draws AD out,
right.
right? So, and the moment you draw AD out, then the Warriors cuts happen, and the
I know they start
I'm
getting
like,
layups.
oh
I'm like,
god,
oh god.
oh god, oh god, oh
Oh,
god, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's so tough. It's like a boat which has these holes. Okay, the Lakers plug one, another one comes up, another one comes up. I'm like,
I
what do
think
you?
the only way they win in the series,
Refs.
so refs is one, but also they make it ugly.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be ugly, filthy, paint, fight, get under Draymond Green's nerves so that he
Get
gets
him a
like,
technical. He
get
got a
it.
technical. I think LeBron got a technical today, but
Huh.
I
Yeah, yeah.
thought Draymond is gonna get another one.
It has to be an ugly game. It has to be an ugly game, and Draymond Green has to be in foul trouble,
Right.
right? I think that's what I'm saying. If it's ugly, Lakers, then it becomes an ugly series, and then Lakers have a chance. So, but my point is, if the Lakers don't win, you know, either one of the next two games, like this is getting over. They have to find. Like, I don't think you allow Warriors to.
You think Lakers lose the next game as well?
I'm saying if they have to win one of the next two games.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's what.
true. They
Yeah,
can't go down 3-1. But my question is this, right? So let's talk about game three. You think they can get game three at home? What's the
no.
adjustment? No. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Because I think if they lose game three, it's over. I don't think they win game four. And I think like Warriors close it out in
No,
five.
no. I think even if they lose game three, they will still win game four. I do think that, but I don't see them winning game three.
No, because look, okay, so why I know they'll not win game four and why I think they have a chance in game three, it's a very small chance, is because AD plays good only in odd games. You didn't see that, like against Memphis also he did the same shit. If it's an odd game, he plays well. If it's an even game, he plays bad. So imagine game three if they manage to lose with AD playing well. Even game though he's not showing up. So it's like they're down 3-1. Now obviously, I mean if
This
like
is
the
like
moment
some
they say
aap.
three.
This is like I'm on the party odd even formula. This is.
So why am I telling this is, of course, when I say 3-1 against LeBron, I start getting scared and I start getting,
वो थोड़ा psychological trauma. ठीक
the
है.
trauma of the 2016 finals. But still, I like if Game 3 is a must win for Lakers. A
I
must
agree.
win.
I agree. It's a must win, and they won't win.
So I have a question for you. Let's talk matchup wise, right? What we saw today. You think Klay Thompson repeats a similar performance in game 3?
If Vanderbilt is not on him.
If Vanderbilt is on Steph, guaranteed they will not move him anywhere.
Yeah, this is going to be the bare minimum Clay Thompson does. I think this is. It's not like he played out of his skin. Okay, like
Right.
he had what did he have?
8
30
of
points.
11 shots, 30 points.
30.
8 of 11 threes.
Yeah, he may drop to maybe 24, 25, but that's still a minor.
So, okay, done. So, you think Clay is going to do the same thing? Let's talk
Yes.
about Steph. You think he does the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you, when I say same thing, I'm talking about impact. Okay, like my point is,
Yeah. So, I'm talking about impact itself. I'm not talking about the exact stats.
so yeah, so he may have fewer assists and more points, but my point is net impact is going to be the same.
Okay. So, Clay and Steph, you have them booked. Okay. Let's move on. You think Draymond plays the same on T?
So this is where, like I told you, there will be a slight swing in AD's favor, right? I'm
Because
talking
he's
about plus
playing
10.
balls at home.
Yeah, plus 10, he's playing at home, and that odd even formula. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's still a plus 20 swing to the Lakers, but I still have the Warriors winning. Right?
Right.
It may be a close game, but I still have the Warriors winning.
Right. So I think one of the biggest mistakes which the Lakers did today was in the first half when, towards the end of the first half, when it became the Warriors game, they tried to outmatch Warriors in a fast-paced scoring game.
Correct.
That's a
It's
recipe
just,
for a disaster.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you doing, man? Don't play this game. Don't play the Warriors game. Don't do it. Be ugly. You're not trying to win a beauty contest. Trying to win a whatever NBA
Championship.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, you think LeBron the plays better, plays worse remains the same?
I think LeBron has to play different. I think he has to have
He has
that
to play
sense.
Jokic role,
Yes, he has to, like, in terms of points, I don't see him scoring more points, but he
but
has
he has
to
to get to 14 assists, 12 assists.
he has to get his assist numbers up, and he has to score in the paint, not as a jump shooter.
Okay.
Right? I know at this age he'll be like, "Nahi, main yahi kar sakta hu." But he has shown. I think in the Grizzlies series also he had, like, I think one crazy old throwback LeBron game, right? So it's not about how many points LeBron score; it's about how he scores them. So I think that would make a difference.
Cool. So let's come down. You think Rui Hachimura again goes off like he did today? 6 3-pointers, 4 5 3-pointers in a single quarter. No. Okay.
Do you think that? Come on. Do you think Hachimura
Yes.
goes off again?
Yes. Dude, against Memphis, when he did the first game, I was like, it's a fluke. He did the second game, I was like, it's still a fluke. He did that for like 6 straight games, bro. He got like 3-pointers almost for 6 straight games. It was crazy. I was like, shit, this guy is going off. So this is one of the adjustments the Lakers need to make. Is I think they are not even supposed to play Vanderbilt. I think they got to start Hachimura from the day one, like from the step one. The reason is Warriors are going to leave Vanderbilt free. They don't care if he shoots, and they'll pack the paint. But if Rui Hachimura on the floor after they saw him today and they saw the past few matches, they may actually go and open up, some of the options for the Lakers.
No, so then my point is, this again goes back to your earlier thing.
Which is
Okay, which is, let's look at the lineup. Okay, the Lakers. You have LeBron playing point.
right.
Let them go big. Let them go big with Schroeder.
Right. So you have LeBron playing point, Schroeder playing shooting guard, Hachimura playing small forward.
Vanderbilt and AD.
No, sorry, Hachimura playing power forward, Austin Reeves playing small forward, and then AD
Yeah.
playing center. So Vanderbilt cannot be on the court. I think it's a big offensive liability. I think this game Warriors have shown that they can run Vanderbilt off the court because he's not a good enough offensive threat, dude. And look, just like the King
You
series,
get Vanderbilt off, then you have Steph going for 40. Okay, which is another. Jesus.
no man. I think you know what? I think they can put Austin Reeves on Steph because he's at least a bit bigger than Steph.
Austin Reeves, even Clay is too fast for Austin Reeves, bro. Clay looks like he's like, man. Just
he's getting open. I saw in the Reddit comments one guy say they should play Troy Brown on Clay. In game one, when they had Troy Brown on Clay for 3 minutes, I think Clay hit 3 straight 3-pointers.
no. See, that's what I'm saying. My wild theory is you don't even start Reeves. You have Reeves come in for LeBron because LeBron is an old guy, right? So I'm saying you play LeBron, Schroeder,
And you put
Hachimura, Vanderbilt, and AD.
so
That's
Vanderbilt is on Clay. Who's on Steph? Schroeder.
Schroeder, yes.
That
And
can
then
be that can actually be interesting.
okay, then even if you switch, it's not a big deal, right? Because all five in the Lakers can switch, right? If you look at
Okay.
this, all five, it's like all five guys can switch. Even AD, if he needs to, obviously can
No,
guard
no, 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 no. I
thoda.
think AD switching on Steph and Clay is a disaster.
I'm saying एक दो गलती से अगर हो गया, so I'm just saying it's not that crazy.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
There was another interesting. I forget the name. I saw another podcast. It was he was saying that right now uh, they are they are not playing drop coverage on Steph, which is right now Anthony Davis is sticking to his man, and they're waiting for Vanderbilt to be able to cross the screen and contest on Steph when the Steph has the ball in the high pick and roll. And a lot of people are like, you gotta try drop coverage on Steph
No
with
way.
AD because AD is long and Vanderbilt can apply good back pressure. So right now they're switching it, right? They're switching it. They're trying to get the switch off of Vanderbilt and Steph is attacking
Okay,
someone
so
else.
Vanderbilt is here, AD is here, so you still have this much. That is enough for Steph, dude. उतना काफी है भाई.
So drop coverage is according to your strict no for Steph. No matter what, you can't drop on him.
You can't, bro. Like I would rather have Steph have 20 points and 12 assists than Steph having 40.
So Draymond Green and the Draymond Green show today said that I see a lot of these scoring records, but I will tell you this: that I have seen Steph and Clay go off, and when they go off, the game's over in 3 quarters.
They can't both go off. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This game was still okay because you didn't have both of them going off like in terms of scoring.
Right.
And even then they I mean they
Blew
had
them
so
out.
many weapons.
Oh my God!
It's
what a
tough,
game.
dude. It's you don't want to be Darwin Ham tonight and tomorrow night.
He was smiling at the end, man. So I guess he has something planned.
No, smile can also be भाई ये हमसे नहीं हो रहा है. हो गया भाई ये हो गया. That is also a smile. Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, so let's move on. There was another game yesterday,
Oh
which
yeah.
I think a lot of people expected it to go that way, which was the Sixers Celtics game. First thing is, of course, Joel Embiid, the MVP of the league. Now, why did I specifically say this?
It's like
I was-
sarcasm, bro. Like this is not fair, bro. This is just
Yeah, okay,
मजे.
I'll tell you a stat. Okay, I'll tell you one statistic, and then you tell me if my sarcasm is justified. Kawhi Leonard, who played 1.5 game this playoffs, has more field goals made than Joel Embiid.
Oh, okay.
I mean, dude, I have a simple question for
What
you.
are the free throw numbers though?
Yeah, so that's
Huh.
a different story.
See, bhai, if he gets getting fouled and going to the line, then
No,
it's not a field goal made, na.
One sec. So I have another question for you. Right now, as you're looking at the playoffs, right now, as you're seeing all the players out there, just give me an order in which you would want to have your players. Like if I had to do a draft, you have the playoff has been run till now, and then I'm like, okay, let's open up the draft. So who are the first 3 players you're picking, Gopal?
I got Jokic, Steph.
Okay.
Now it gets interesting. Maybe Tatum or Jalen Brown, one of them. I have
Right.
to. So,
And this guy got the MVP. He's not even in your top 3. Forget about anything else.
but see, this is again now we're going into a deeper thing about MVP itself, right? The whole thing about MVP giving it after the regular season and before the playoffs start. For me, that's
the only fix they can do. They should give it before the playoffs start. Because dude, till the playoffs right now, so you went Jokic, Steph, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum. That's a pretty good list. I would go something similar, I would go Steph, Jokic, and then maybe James Harden because of how well he played in game 1. But no way. In his own team, I won't pick him first. Tell me now. So why am I bringing these things up?
If you're picking James Harden over Embiid, then I think then it's just like it's a troll behavior, bro.
So okay, fine. Maybe I'm trolling him. But why do I bring this up? You have to understand that Joel Embiid's game does not translate well under pressure. In fact, if I were him and I am thinking of winning, I would tell James Harden to be the primary weapon on offense, and I would put all my effort. I would become the secondary weapon and put all my effort on D. Because there's no way Joel Embiid is beating the Celtics team. Absolutely no way. The
See,
reason is Celtics specifically can game plan well against Embiid. They have beat him so many times in the regular season, in the playoffs. They have schemed him completely. So, what do you think about that?
no. So my thing is you're assuming James Harden has been given express orders to not be aggressive. I don't think that is the case. I think James Harden himself is voluntarily giving up too much on the offensive end by being too passive. Okay, I agree that there's a crazy stat that right now for in this season, the points leader and assist leader both are on the same team,
Right.
right? Which is apparently never happened before, right? But I still think I want to understand James Harden is old enough, right? He's not some child, right? My point is, why was he not aggressive? Right? I don't think it's like MB telling me no, give me the ball, or the coaching staff saying Doc Rivers saying no, Harden, you have to play second fiddle to
Dude,
him.
because, okay, so first thing is when I say James Harden should take over, you're like, what ends up happening is right now James Harden say takes 12 shots, 15 shots. Joel Embiid takes 12 to 15 shots. I am like James Harden has to get 25 to 30 shots. Embiid has to take 5 shots. And I am 100% sure Embiid is the kind of player who is not willing to do that. If I
Okay.
were him, I would stay at the 3 point line. I would be James Harden, do your thing. Because
If that is the extreme number switch you're talking about, then yeah, that I would agree that would be too drastic an adjustment for the
dude,
Sixers to
because
make.
I want to ask you this, right? Especially if right now and the offense is still running through Joel Embiid, and this Celtics team knows how to defend
I
this.
agree. I agree. No, I agree with you. That's what they need to do.
Right,
And but this again, it goes to the point of whether they have the courage. I was going to say another B word, four letter. Whether they have the courage to make such a drastic, or what they would consider a drastic adjustment. See, this is why you like Tyronn Lue, okay? Like
right.
that guy
He would
does
actually make that
wacky
adjustment.
things. He would just bench Embiid. I'm like, this series kheli mat, right? Until the Celtics can figure out how to stop James Harden and on their run and gun thing from game one. I'm not
Right,
even playing you, and which is fine anyway. Anyway, Embiid is not healthy,
right.
right? But yeah, I think. But on a serious note, I still think if you look at this game also how it started, why I did not realize, or it's it's hard to imagine like Embiid on the defensive end. Okay, man, what a presence! भाई Celtics की फट रही थी भाई. Like the first quarter and half, they were not even trying to go to the paint because just the sheer size of this guy.
Dude, he's bigger than AD. Has, I think, better defensive feel than AD. Just expends too much energy on the offensive end, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Does
yeah.
not like see.
I'll tell you what needs to happen. Okay, uh, Rudy Gobert's soul needs to enter Joel Embiid's body.
No, man, not even Rudy Gobert. You know what's the dude? You're assuming Rudy Gobert. I think he's okay defender. Joel Embiid is better when he's focused. Kevin Garnett's soul needs to enter Embiid.
I was.
He needs to be that dog. Like, he should be like, I'm gonna punk these Celtics ass. Like,
हाँ no, at least Rudy Gobert is an easier wish ना. वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. Especially, I mean, you can't wish Kevin Garnett's soul entering Embiid in a series against the Celtics. वो
I know,
थोड़ा
I know.
वो थोड़ा
Honestly speaking, I think Daryl Morey needs to do this. Now, why am I specifically telling James Harden needs to take over? If I were the Sixers right now, and if I was Daryl Morey and I was Doc Rivers, what I would do is I would watch the Warriors Celtics finals tapes. In that series, it was led by Steph Curry being ball dominant, supported by some incredible guards. So Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson. The Sixers, and then Draymond Green playing an incredible defensive role. And I think this year, when Celtics and Warriors matched up, they still couldn't stop that sort of engine. Warriors specifically didn't play a lot of motion for the games which they won. It was actually ball dominant. It was Steph going at them. And James Harden is built for that kind of series. Plus, they have enough guards. You have, I forget his name, Maxi,
Yeah.
who can play, that sort of Jordan Poole role, which is be as aggressive as he is. And of course, James Harden, we all know this, guys. He's an MVP. He can cause he's dude. People don't realize he has deceptive quickness. He has that Luka kind of quickness. He can. The Celtics backcourt is weak, Gopal. People say, oh, Marcus Smart, oh, Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon. No, guys, that's a weak backcourt. And you can't put Jalen Brown as a shooting guard. He's actually a forward. He's a small forward. Celtics actually play center, two small forwards, and two weak guards.
Yeah. And I think
And
the name
weakness
you
for
want
them
to
is the
add,
guard.
I agree. So you have James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, also have DeAnthony Melton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And DLT Metal is damn good. So these three guys, if they're aggressive, Celtics don't have great paint protection.
I agree with you. I think I wish Doc Rivers has tuned into the Desi Ballers podcast. Okay, and Doc, if you have tuned in, look at our backgrounds. Celtics green we have. Okay. No, I'm very serious, man. Like, honestly, Sixers genuinely have a chance to beat this team because we know how mentally fragile the Celtics are.
I swear.
Right? You put them under pressure and crazy things start happening. Okay.
Right. Absolutely. They have the personnel of capable of doing this.
Yeah.
That's the main part. And they have to. Joel Embiid has to be a bigger player. He's got his MVP. This series just shut the F up. Play a defensive role. Scare the shit out of the Celtics. They're not a consistent shooting team. They have good games, bad games. If you take the paint away from them, and on the other side, you just spread the floor as a corner shooter, your job's done, dude. This series, this is all you got to do.
I think this is where you have to hope that his knee starts acting up a bit more.
No.
Just a bit more so that he just has a slight underconfidence on the offensive end.
Right.
But I think that's more practical than telling him, bro, take a step back. I just think that's...
So if you would say take a step back, he'd go and shoot step back threes there.
Yeah, he will not. And this is not a conversation where like Doc Rivers telling Embiid, don't be the MVP that you are. I don't see that. Especially because it's the first game back in Philly. Okay, they'll be like, oh, by public supporting me, mujhe karna hai.
This is something I really appreciate about the Warriors system.
Yeah.
Which is they have players who are willing to take step backs. When they ask Steph, don't take so many shots, be a facilitator, he's okay to do that. They asked him to come off the bench last series, he was okay to do that.
Yes.
Dude, the players need to have that self-awareness that not all series are for them.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There are only two teams and one of them has been eliminated, which is the Clippers because of Tyronn Lue. I think like Kawhi is one guy who does not care. What he will do what he has to do. He'll either play defense, offense, whatever. Or maybe... I'm thinking of the Heat right now in Jimmy Butler as individual players. But they're just individual players. I think as a system, if you look at it, the Warriors are the only one who not just have the ability to adjust, but the willingness to adjust. Right? For example, Lakers. I think even the Lakers will be willing to adjust, but I don't think they have the firepower. They don't have the personnel.
Yeah. So this is like, Joel, you got to take a step back this series, man. Because the Celtics have you figured out, but they can't compete with quick guards. It's Harden's, Maxey's, and Melton's series this series. Even if you get 10 points, you get 5 points, get 15-20 boards, get 5-8 blocks. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
Again, no, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Because if you keep that up, there's no way the Heat are stopping you this time. Last time, last time when you fought against them, of course James Harden was still hampered by injury. You didn't have a full, healthy season. But this time, take the step back. You have a chance to beat the Celtics team. Especially, just I'm requesting you. I like the Celtics. I want you to put them out of the misery.
No, yeah. No, I agree with you. And exactly the same message I would like to convey to Devin Booker, who has also tuned in to the Desi Baller show.
So
Take a
let's
step
talk.
back, play defense.
Let's talk about this. We have some interesting NBA games. We
We have the
have
Celtics Sixers, which we exactly what we spoke about, and we have
Yeah, so
Suns
we
Nuggets. So
have
these are the
we
two
have the
games we
Sun
have.
Nuggets. Yeah, so we have the Suns Nuggets tomorrow. So guys, Gopal, let's start with the first one, which is our message to the Celtics Sixers is clear. Joel Embiid, this is not your series. Just don't keep your ego aside. Just for this one series, you'll get your Finals MVP as well. Just you know, shut the don't play the series. So let's move on to the next series. Gopal, whew.
Bro, this is. I'm even more worried for the Suns than I am for the Lakers.
why is why is that?
See, man, the Lakers, they know what they have to do, but
Right,
they are not able to do it.
right.
It doesn't look like the Suns didn't even know what they have to do. Do you actually think the Suns have figured out the Nuggets? I don't think so, man. Like what I what tell me what should the Suns do, and are they even trending in the right direction according to you? If you look okay fine, if you look at the margin of loss, if that's even a criteria, it was a closer game. Like the Suns defense really tried.
Okay,
Okay, they really matlab itna effort utne dala, but the Nuggets still won by 10 points.
right,
Right? My point is, and I don't think the Suns have the discipline to put the same defensive effort game after game.
right.
Okay, I don't think they're going to do that.
So I have a very funny quote which Jokic made yesterday. So reporter asked him if he expects the Suns' energy to be up now that they are back home. Jokic funnily replied, "No, my friend. I expect they surrender and give us the win."
I
So of
love
course he
that.
was,
I
of
love
course, of course he was trolling. I mean,
what a reply. I love it, bro. I
but
love
I
it.
mean, what other response would you give for such an obvious question? That of course the energy is going to be up. The question is not about the energy, guys. I expect. So let's see what I expect from tomorrow's game. I expect KD to have 40 points. Expect Booker to have 40 points. And then I expect the Suns to lose by 10.
You hit the nail on the head. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they see when you're under pressure, you go back to your core instincts, right? And for both
Right,
of them, it is scoring.
right.
And this
Jump
again,
shooting.
yeah,
Jump
jump
shot.
shots, mid range, whatever, right? And this is my fundamental. The same thing with the Sixers, right? Are you able to curb your core instincts in the larger interest of winning a bigger war rather than winning a small battle,
Right,
right? And I think that is not something that the Suns or even the Sixers, for that matter, we expect from either of them, right? So if they do that, if Booker decides to really hone in and just focus on the defensive end, and then let his offense come through in the last quarter in a close game, right? I think that is a better chance for the Suns. CP3 is out. I don't think it matters either way. I'll be honest. So that's another update, right? I think he's off definitely for a couple of games, if not the entire series. I don't know what the update is on that.
right. So it'll be like a 100-point game by the Suns, and Nuggets will comfortably score 110. Dude,
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I think Jamal Murray makes a good comeback game.
exactly. And so they won with Jamal Murray, not even like.
I no, I think Jokic is going for the jugular vein. He's going for the throat. He's going to. His goal is if we can go up 3-zip, and he's watching the Warriors Lakers go at it. And he's like, I gotta make sure that we are fully ready for the next series. I hope we see. I hope we see the Jokic which we saw yesterday, even if they have a big scoring game, which is him deciding, okay, boss, I'm the best player on the court right now. I'm the best player in the game right now. And I'm going to show you why. And he dominates. I hope he goes for the jugular. Don't give a chance. Don't give them a
But
chance.
I still think though that if Jokic is going to be aggressive in terms of looking for his shot, that is still relatively a better option for the Suns than
Oh, you're like the passing Jokic is more dangerous.
yeah, yeah, I do think so. I do think
Interesting.
so.
Okay.
But again, it's not going to alter the result because the Jokic can always switch, right? That's the beauty of his game.
Right, right,
And still feel considering that in the previous game Jamal Murray was struggling. You
right,
still needed every bucket that Jokic gave them in that first half,
right.
uh, right? So
We'll be
yeah.
watching the game tomorrow, guys. So don't forget to tune in to Desi Ballers. Now, uh, before we before we end this, I have one more player to mention. MPJ has not had great first two games. I
Hmm.
hope he has a big game in game three, because guys, KD, unless he's focused on the defensive end, he's really a zero impact defender.
Okay, but
Like
he's not even guarding MPJ. He's guarding Aaron Gordon. That's a matchup so
which
far, at
that's
least.
yeah, so that's another thing, right? Like MPJ should be abusing the matchup he has
Yeah,
against
yeah.
the Suns.
I don't even know who's
So
taking him on. I don't even know the matchup for MPJ.
I think it's Jake a Kobe, like that's, I forget how his name is pronounced. Just give me a sec, I'll confirm it.
Or it is Craig. Can't be Craig. Is it
So
is it
Suns.
Tory Craig? Was Tory
No,
Craig
no, no,
guarding
no, no. Yeah, it's Josh Okogie. Okogie.
Akogi? Huh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. MPJ can shoot over him like throughout. Like
yeah. I hope he gets aggressive. I hope he goes for 20, 25, 30 points. I know Aaron Gordon is gonna have a good game. I know Jokic will show up. Good, bad, doesn't matter. He'll. Dude, one of the things I've never spoken about this, but many people I don't see them speak about this. Jokic is clutch. He is bloody clutch. Like every time when a bucket is needed, you get him the ball, right? It's automatic. Automatic. Does not miss in the
see,
clutch.
that's the whole contrast with Embiid, right?
Yeah.
That when the game is on the line,
He's gonna do a turnover or a flop.
huh? That is yeah. Jokic is just a baller, man. That's something he's straight up, dude. It's going to be wild, dude. I'm already looking at the Nuggets Warriors.
I
Uh,
hope it'll be such a shocker for the Suns if Nuggets get the next game. No one expects
no,
the
no, I don't
Nuggets
think it's
to
a
win.
shocker for the Suns. Suns are expecting to lose.
Are you serious?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I didn't think of that, but okay. Oh, I forgot to
Dude,
mention
KD
another.
said, nah, KD, like, someone asked him, are you surprised that the Nuggets won in game one? He's like, no, no, bro, they are like number one seed. They have a two-time MVP. So Durant himself, like, I don't think he's being polite. I think they genuinely understand what they are up against. Okay, they are up against a high-performing system which is hungry. Okay,
Right.
like, and I think
Dude,
the Nuggets, this is their year.
I so badly want to make sure Warriors win, because it's gonna be such a beautiful series. The next series of the Warriors win, like Nuggets Warriors, amazing offensive systems, two of the best offensive players of all time.
It's beautiful, dude. And I
Oh,
think
I hope they win, man. I
Dude,
hope they
I
win.
don't like see with AD, right? Draymond Green can knows that AD's. I mean, he has his. He's not that creative as a passer. Okay, obviously AD used to be a point guard in high school or whatever, right?
Right,
But that just means he has good handles. I don't think he's a great creative facilitator. Okay,
right.
Jokic against Draymond Green. That'll be fun, bro. Like
I,
that's
s-
literally the two guys at their peak of their powers.
I
And
swear.
Jokic will abuse Draymond Green, I think. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
we're
This
already
time he
looking
will,
ahead, bro. We
because
are already
because
looking.
because yeah, I know. I hope the Warriors win. I hope the Nuggets win, because that's a series I want to watch. Although, although on paper, the more popular series in terms of marketing will be the Warriors Suns, but I hope, or the Lakers Suns, because you have either Steph Curry going on KD or LeBron on KD. So on paper, that's a very nice sell for the NBA.
Bro, entire Serbia will be watching, man. Don't underestimate the whatever 5 million people in Serbia. I don't,
So let's one final news, Gopal, before I let you go. So we had the Bucks coach Mike Budenholzer get fired.
oh, I did not know that. I did not know that.
He just got fired, of course, because of their loss to the Miami Heat. Now I have an interesting prediction to make, Gopal. that I think we see a completely new starting lineup other than Giannis in the Bucks next season. I think they're going to clean house. I think they're going to trade away Drew Holiday. They're going to sign and trade Brook Lopez. They're going to sign and trade Chris Middleton and surround Giannis with a new set of players with a new coach. And I want to see this man coach Giannis. I hope they sign Nick Nurse.
Where you're throwing a lot of permutations at me right now. I'm processing this. Nick Nurse.
The
Okay.
Toronto Raptors
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, yeah. I know.
He is one of those, crazy coaches.
It'll be interesting. I think I don't. Oh yeah, I don't know, man. That's what I'm still processing the fact that they have already fired the guy. I don't know if is it justified though. According to you? I guess you seem happy by it. You seem to be already looking at Nick Nurse.
Look, I'm happy by it because in my eyes, a player like Giannis is Shaq reincarnate. Once Shaq started winning championships, he won three straight, and then he got traded to the Heat and he won another one. Why am I saying that? A large part of that was the system which was built around him. Bucks did not change a single bit of their championship system. They played the same plays, the same players, the same sets, no changes. And the coach specifically, I would blame the coach for not having developed Giannis into a more proficient post scorer. Forget about the jump shot. When I say post scorer, easy hook shots, drop steps, etc. He's still the same Russell Westbrook type, tunnel vision to the basket. And I blame the coach because the coach didn't demand that of Giannis. And I feel a coach like a Nick Nurse or Eric Spoelstra or anyone else who is more offensive minded, I think Mike Budenholzer, I don't know,
No, so
wrote.
they already, if I understand correctly, if I was a Bucks front office, they already know which coach they're going to hire, right? They have already had these conversations back end.
Absolutely. I hope it's Nick Nurse. Because Nick Nurse with Kawhi Leonard and no second star, there was no second star in that team. Just on his system and amazing vet role players won a championship. Beat a very competent Warriors team. Of course, Warriors were injured and all, but ran through the East, beat the Bucks, beat the Sixers. People underestimate how amazing that championship was for Kawhi. He went through some superb teams.
No.
And
My
Nick,
issue. Okay, no, I'll get your point. But see, my point is normally what we see. I don't know. You'll have to confirm this. It's that a head coach does not leave a current head coaching job and switch teams. Do you see that happen often? Because I don't.
yeah, you see that happen. Like it happened with
They get
Luka.
fired and join, but they don't voluntarily leave and join.
Yeah, so Nick Nurse has also been fired, right?
Oh fuck! Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
So Nick Nurse was also fired.
Who
I
all
mean,
have been fired, man? Just give me that full
just
factual.
just just
These two,
these
no?
two for now.
Ah, okay, then yeah.
So I hope they hire Nick Nurse because I think he's a superb coach. I think he's be very creative with Giannis.
Wait, wait,
Use him
wait.
in
So wait. Going back to this, no. But are you okay with the Raptors' decision to fire Nick Nurse?
No, that was stupid. Of course, Masai, the president of Toronto Raptors, must have fired him because he needed a scapegoat for another terrible season. But dude, the guy does not have any talent.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Raptors anyway have the roster to win.
So I think what happened was Masai said he's gonna get into a rebuild mode, and I don't think Nick Nurse wanted to be part of a rebuild. Uh,
Okay.
I think that's what happened because it didn't come. The news didn't come out as he was fired. He was like they've decided to part ways, is what they said. So it's possible that it was a sort of that
It's a
kind of
decoupling, as they call it in
yeah.
celebrity relationships.
It's a decoupling, yeah. So I hope they go and hire Nick Nurse. It'll be very interesting and creative to see. And another part of Mike Budenholzer's strategy, which I never understood, is Giannis is one of the best defenders in the league.
Hmm.
He does not have a defensive system. He never played Giannis on the best player, which he's fully capable of doing. He never had a system where people are funneling players into Giannis. Giannis
Yeah.
can be as effective as more effective than Anthony Davis because he plays with so much effort and energy in creating defensive havoc.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That dude, it was so surprising. They didn't do that even through in the championship run. It was like,
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Like, sometimes I actually sit and wonder about their championship run. Like, how did they get through? Because
Giannis is superhuman, right? From what I recall, he had some.
yeah. So that's what Giannis went superhuman. That playoffs and but yeah, I mean, I just feel that I think this is a good decision for them. I mean, they gave them 5 years and they had one run to the championship, couple of runs to the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't get me wrong, Mike Budenholzer was an incredible coach. He had one of the highest in that period. In this period of 5 years, they had the best regular season and the best playoff record. Just to give you some perspective, so it's like, guys, this this was not a this was not like a bad coach. It's just that when you have a player who has potential to be one of the goats, right? Like Giannis has the potential, man. Like, say it, you like it or not.
Who
I
doesn't
think
like it? Everyone likes it.
I think he has potential to go three, four, five rings. Like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
and I think when you have a player like that, you owe it. And he's 28 in his prime. He has his prime for the next 4 years. These are critical years.
No, then in that case, I definitely admire the Bucks' decision. Right, this would not have been
Easy decision.
easy
Yeah,
decision.
yeah, yeah. A very difficult decision. And they gotta get a championship coach. They can't get some dodo. And Nick Nurse is a championship coach. Like, I feel. I mean, you have any other names, Gopal?
That's what I'm thinking. It's I can't think of. I genuinely can't think of any other names. So yeah, I think Nick Nurse will be a great bet.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And if I were running Mavs, if I was Mark Cuban, even I would go for Nick Nurse because I don't think Jason Kidd is using Luka Doncic well enough. I think you need a creative coach to be able to use a player that talented. So Jason, I hope he fires, Jason Kidd and hires Nick Nurse. Like, dude, this guy, people don't understand. He's gonna get hired by some of the other team, but the team which hires, in my opinion, if that team has a superstar level player, they become an instant championship contender.
Which they already. I mean, they have been anyway.
Who?
With
Bucks.
we're talking about Bucks, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
they have always been, but yeah, it's the
yeah,
final hurdle. Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Interesting.
guys, this was an interesting show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure had a lot of fun today seeing my Warriors destroy the Lakers. I hope this continues. I hope they finish them in 5 because that's my pick. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for watching. See you guys in our
Bye
next episode.
bye. Bye, guys.